This video is brought to you by Squarespace. If you're interested in making yourself a really cool website, be sure to stick around for more. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm here with 10 more Minecraft mod combinations that work really well together. All of these mods are available for the newest versions of the game, and if you'd like to download them, you can find them all in the description below. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, to start things off, we'll be combining Farsighted Mobs and Improved Mobs. Farsighted Mobs allows mobs to see you from a much greater distance than Vanilla. In Vanilla, most mobs can only see you about 16 blocks away, but once you've installed Farsighted Mobs, the default is 32, and this can be customized to pretty much any distance you'd prefer. So if you want every single mob in the world after you, you can configure the mob to do that. And Improved Mobs, on the other hand, adds many new features to mobs. For starters, there's a difficulty system, which can be disabled if you'd like, which scales up with time. The longer you play it, the faster and stronger mobs will get. Mobs can also spawn with special abilities and armor, making them even more difficult. And when these two mods are combined, things quickly get much more difficult, as enhanced mobs will attack you from greater distances. And again, the great thing about both of these mods is they're very customizable, so you can really hone in just how difficult this is gonna be. Next, we'll be using a combination of mods that I went into a bit more detail in my last video. The first of these mods is Distant Horizons, which allows you to use a render distance that's pretty much impossible in normal Minecraft. It uses LODs in order to create this effect, so the performance drop isn't as dramatic as you would expect. And in addition to this mod, I've installed Terralith, which I consider to be one of, if not the best terrain generation mods available, and Distant Horizons is compatible with all the world generation mods I've attempted, but none of them show off the distant landscape quite like Terralith does. Its soaring mountains and diverse biomes make for some truly incredible scenery. Really, the combination of these two mods has the potential to have your jaw dropping constantly. Next up, we are once again building a combination around fresh animations. This time around, we will be focusing on the zombies, and among the many other amazing animations provided from this resource pack, the zombies are among some of the best. When standing around, the zombies are kind of hunched over and have a lot more motion when they pursue you. And in addition to fresh animations, we will be using Tissou's Zombie Pack, which replaces the Minecraft zombie textures with over 1,000 zombie variants. And this also comes with new sound effects, and their eyes will even glow in the dark. And the combination of fresh animations and Tissou's Zombie Pack make for some pretty awesome zombies. When they attack you, they just feel a little more intimidating. And hey, you could even go crazy and combine this combination with the first one I showed you. And if you haven't noticed yet, these are actually both resource packs, but be aware you're gonna have to use Optifine in order for either of these packs to work correctly. And also, when you load these packs, make sure to load fresh animations with higher priority, as its animations will be disabled if you load Tissue Zombie Pack after it. Up next, we'll be combining Young's Better Strongholds with End Remastered. Young's Better Strongholds replaces the very simple vanilla strongholds with much larger and more interesting versions. Rather than just having a multitude of interconnected hallways occasionally interrupted by a smaller room, you'll have huge strongholds with many interesting and unique rooms to explore. I mean, this mod makes strongholds actually live up to their title. And End Remastered, on the other hand, completely changes how you reach the end. Rather than just collecting 12 Eyes of Ender, you must search your world for 12 unique eyes in order to activate the portal. And these will be found just about anywhere, requiring you to do some serious exploring. For example, one of the eyes can be found in desert pyramids, while another is acquired once you defeat the Wither. And these two mods won't necessarily interact all that often, but they are completely compatible with one another and really help make the whole journey to the end feel a bit more epic. And End Remastered also provides a massive castle to explore, which can be found randomly in the world, and this also contains an end portal. But if you'd like to just stick with the underground strongholds, you can always just disable this in the config. Next up, we have the combination of BetterNether and Amplified Nether. BetterNether is an absolutely loaded mod that completely revamps the Nether, adding all kinds of foliage, creatures, structures, and much more to discover. It's one of the most densely packed terrain mods I've ever seen, and gives the Nether a very cool and unique appearance. It certainly doesn't give off vanilla vibes, but if you can get past that, it's a lot of fun to play with. And Amplified Nether, on the other hand, quite literally doubles the height of the Nether, adds Nether mountains, and allows vertically stacked biomes. And this results in far larger caverns, giant drops, and general just amazing sights. When you combine the two, the Nether's transformed into something truly incredible. And BetterNether does a great job of taking advantage of this extra space, and I'd honestly say Amplified Nether helps it reach its full potential. And if you want things to look truly beautiful, combine these two with a nice shader, and it will take things to the next level. For our next combination, the second half is going to be a bit more open-ended, and the first mod is Lootr. And this mod makes it so chest loot is unique for each individual player that opens it. So now you can explore with a friend and both receive items. No longer do you have to haggle over who gets what. And the mod we're going to combine with this is, well, pretty much any structure mod you'd like. Whether it's Valhelsia Structures, Repurposed Structures, Dungeon Crawl, or something else, you'll have a much better time exploring these with your friends. You don't need to worry about coming across the same chest, then finding yourself disappointed as the only thing that's left is some seeds or something. It's a great mod to have installed, especially with additional structure mods, as it keeps things fresh for everyone. For our next combination, we're going to start with camera utils, and this mod includes a multitude of features, but we're mostly going to be focusing on the customizable third-person perspectives. By pressing either F6 or F7 along with left alt, you'll open up a GUI which will allow you to completely customize the third-person view. And these sliders will allow you to set your view to pretty much the exact position you'd like, and because you can use both F6 and F7, you can have two customized third-person viewpoints. And to make these new viewpoints even more exciting, we will be using Better Third Person, and this mod makes third person in Minecraft feel silky smooth as it separates the arrow keys from the camera, allowing you to walk in a complete 360 rather than just having your camera locked behind you. And I'm sure the majority of players prefer this style of third person. It's what most games include, as it just makes things feel much more fluid. And in combination with camera utils, third person can really be customized to your exact liking. The next combination will be starting off with more ore stones. This mod allows ores to be generated in every single type of stone in Minecraft, whether that's granite, andesite, or anything else. You should be able to find ores in it. So now when you see these blocks, your eyes don't just need to skip over them, as they can actually contain something valuable now. In addition to this, we'll be using Unearthed, which adds many new stone types to the game, and this immediately adds much more variety to the landscape, both above ground and underground, and it works perfectly with more ore stones. And now technically Unearthed requires more ore stones, so I suppose I slightly cheated with this combination, but I figured because they are still in fact separate mods, they still deserved a spotlight. And I mean, they do work very well together. Nearing the end, we'll be combining HT's Treechop with HT's Treeplant. And HT's Treechop is probably my favorite tree cutting mod out there, as it's balanced and provides a cool visual effect. Rather than just breaking the entire tree immediately, or taking forever to break a single block, you'll actually see the progress towards taking down the tree. And this scales with the size of the tree, so if you attempt to cut down a jungle tree, it'll take a lot longer than something smaller. And HT's Treeplant, on the other hand, makes it so a sapling that falls on the ground will immediately attempt to plant itself. And this gives forests the ability to sustain themselves on their own. And you can still plant the sapling on your own if you'd like, but it's awesome to have it as an automatic process as well. And you know, overall, this combination just makes cutting down trees a little less tedious and a lot more fun. And finally, for our last combination, we will be starting with Guard Villagers. Guard Villagers adds absolutely kitted out villagers to the game whose sole purpose in life is in fact to guard villages. And together with Iron Golems, they're gonna prove to be a formidable team. But to combat this, I've included Illagers wear armor, and this mod makes it so raiding Illagers will arrive wearing varying levels of armor, getting progressively more difficult as the wave level increases. And this combination will lead to some fearsome battles, and honestly, you can probably just sit them out and enjoy the show sometimes. Of course, if the Guard Villagers end up on the losing side, you're gonna have to deal with the Illagers on your own though, and that should prove to be a pretty solid challenge. If you've been thinking about creating a website, definitely check out the sponsor for this video, Squarespace. Squarespace allows you to build a great website very easily. You don't need any prior website making knowledge or anything like that. Squarespace simply takes care of the hard stuff for you. You'll have access to templates which can get you started down the right path right away, and there's templates for pretty much anything, ranging from gaming to food to technology. There should be something that is right for you. And from there, you can customize your website exactly as you see fit. So if you've found a template that you mostly like, but there's something in particular you want to change, you can easily do that. It really is just about as simple and intuitive as it gets, and honestly makes making a website fun. So be sure to head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and if you're looking to make it more permanent, visit squarespace.com/AsianHalfSquat to get 10% off your first purchase. And thanks again, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video. That's gonna do it for today, and again, if you'd like to try out any of these combinations, you can find them all in the description below. That is the mod download links. And if there's any other mods you think would work perfectly together, let me know and I'll absolutely give those mods a try. I do hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.